Hi guys, welcome back to another studio vlog. Today it's Monday the 7th of December. Yeah, I think it's Monday the 7th. And it's been a super busy day, so I actually had today booked off work because it was the bearded one's birthday over the weekend and we planned to just have a lovely day off together. However, I have had a lot of blink orders to do, so I've mainly spent the day doing that. The end is near though. I am going to be removing lots of Christmas products from my shop this week, so I'm really looking forward to a bit of a relaxing time at Christmas. I do have something really exciting happening this week, and it's the thing that I've teased a little bit to you guys a few times in some past studio vlogs, and I have been able to announce it for a while, but quite honestly I've been a bit scared to, because it's something I've never really done before. So on Friday I am going to be going on live TV, which is terrifying. So I am working with Manuscript and I am going to be demonstrating the Karin Brush Markers. Let me just show you them. Sorry if the light has gone a bit crazy, by the way. I got a new light bulb and it's made the room very glowy. So I'm going to be demonstrating these lovely pens, which I have done a YouTube video before. I did like a reaction video to swatching all of these and I absolutely love them. The lovely people at Manuscript got in contact and asked me if I wanted to demonstrate them on Create and Craft TV. So it's a shopping channel which is on Freeview 23 if you're in the UK, and I will be demonstrating them live on TV for 2 different shows that day. So this week is mainly about clearing lots of Etsy orders and also preparing for this show. I've got a couple of bits of artwork I need to create for before the show so I can talk about them during the show and when I'm demonstrating. And I am nervous, I'm terrified. I am staying in a hotel for 2 nights because it's about a 3.5 hour drive from me and I have to get to the studio at 7 AM on Friday. So it's quite a full-on day. Staying in a hotel, and the bearded one's going to come with me just because it'll be good for him to drive so that doesn't tire me out. And we're going to spend the Saturday together just kind of celebrating the end of this manic Christmas rush and enjoy a bit of time together. That's still all within the tiers that are going on at the moment in England, so we are allowed to go and stay in a hotel somewhere else together because we're obviously in a household, and I'm allowed to travel for business purposes as well. So travelling up on Thursday night and then in the studio on Friday, I am going to take this camera along with me so you guys can see. I've asked the TV studio and they said that they're happy for me to vlog pretty much everything apart from actually in the studio because it's live obviously. So I'm going to take you along for the ride and I'm really scared. I'm about to announce it over my Instagram. I haven't really told many people, not even like many of my own friends, just because I'm freaking out that I'm going to trip over something walking around or I'm going to say a rude word and it's live. So hopefully I don't, and we'll see how it goes. The worst thing about this is that on Saturday night when I was getting ready for a lovely dinner, making myself all beautiful, I bent over in my bedroom and then stood up forgetting one of my drawers was open and I smashed my face against the whole bottom of the drawer. So I've got a bit of a bruise up here and I've also got a cut on my nose and it's swollen and bruised, which is just great for live TV. Hopefully makeup will cover that up and it won't look too bad because that's not going to be nice if I've got a bruised, swollen nose. So hopefully I can sort that out. I've spent today just clearing orders because I had like 30 orders open on my Etsy shop and it was making me feel stressed and I just needed to clear my mind a little bit. So I've done that today and it was quite good to have that day off today to be able to do that. I am going to prepare these artwork pieces this evening for the show And then Tuesday I'm going to just be preparing some more Etsy orders, getting all that done. And then Wednesday I'm going to pack for... Ooh, sorry, I had a hiccup. And then on Wednesday I'm going to pack for the few nights away. I have to take like 3 different changes of clothes with me to the studio. So I need to think about what I'm going to wear, as well as other stuff that I'm going to wear around those days. I think Wednesday I'm just going to chill out and not really do any work and just kind of pack and mentally prepare myself for something very new and exciting. Hi guys, it is now Thursday I don't know what date it is today, the 10th. So it's Thursday the 10th of December and I'm in a slightly different location now. So I'm actually at the hotel where I'm staying at the night before my live TV show that I'm doing tomorrow, which is super exciting, but I'm also pooping my pants a little bit. So just driven up here after work. It was about a 3-hour drive. It's now just after 7:30 and me and the bearded one are gonna go get some dinner from somewhere, and then it's gonna be an early night because I've got to be up at 7 AM. Well, no, I have to be at the studio at 7 AM tomorrow, so I've got to be up at like 5:30, 6 in the morning tomorrow. So it's going to be a long day. My nose has started healing a little bit. Hopefully it'll be fine for tomorrow, and some makeup will cover it up. It's been a super busy week this week. It's been kind of like the last week of taking Christmas orders. I'm taking everything off my shop today that's like Christmas themed. So it's been super busy just getting loads of orders out basically, and also preparing for tomorrow. So I didn't sleep very well one night and ended up just kind of working through the night doing some orders just because I was super awake. So yeah, it's been a weird up and down week. Part of it is because of the anxiety of tomorrow, but hopefully it'll go well, and I'm just trying to look forward to it now. And I definitely need to get some food. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. Guys, so it's now 6:45 the next day in the morning. It's really dark outside. Sorry about this horrible lighting. Just in my car and about to head off to the studio, ready for filming. So I have to get there 2 hours before my first show. My first show is at 9, so I need to get there for 7. So I'm gonna go there now. I had quite a good sleep in the end. I had a bath in the hotel, which I think helped relax me, but I am definitely feeling nervous this morning. I don't know what to expect. So let's go. Hi guys, So I've just arrived. I'm in the green room. My camera is sliding. I'm in the green room. There doesn't seem to be anyone around at the moment, I guess because it's so early. So I'm just gonna get myself ready and hopefully someone will be along soon. Yeah, there isn't really anyone around. I did hear some recording down the corridor. Yeah, just wait and see what happens. I'm gonna sort out his face and my hair now. To kind of set up my demo and the artwork that I've done before the show that they display on the show. So I'm just going to finish getting ready and then the guy's going to come back and take me through. I'm not going to be able to take my camera through for that bit, so I guess I'll just catch up with you guys later. Bloody nervous, really bloody nervous, not gonna lie. I have no idea what to expect. I'm just gonna curl my hair, make it look pretty. I've got a little, not another scrunchie in my head, which I'm gonna wear for the show. Give my friends some support. I don't even know if you can hear me because I'm talking so quietly because I'm nervous about overhearing me and thinking I'm weird vlogging because I don't do it in public. Hi guys, so I've just done my first show. It was at 9 this morning and it was fucking terrifying. Everyone was really lovely though. The presenter was Matt, his name was. He was really lovely. Yeah, they all said that I did a good job. I've just had like a load of messages from friends and people tagged me on Instagram saying they watched me, which is really lovely. So yeah, I've got another show at 3:45. I don't need to be back here for another couple of hours, so I'm gonna go and meet the bearded one and we're gonna go get some brunch somewhere because I think I deserve some nice brunch. Sorry I can't really like take you into the studio. I'm allowed to like film in the green room, which is not green by the way, as you probably saw. But I can't take you into the actual studio. But what I might do is see if I can like download a few clips from the show. I don't know if I'm going to be allowed to do that, but I can always put some like photos that people have sent of me on the telly, so it gives you an idea. But yeah, I think what I'll do is at the end of the day, maybe like tonight or tomorrow, I'll chat a little bit more about what the studio was like and anything like that. I might actually do like post a little Q&A on Instagram maybe and see if anyone has any specific questions about my experience today, and explain how it was all set up and stuff like that. But I'm hungry, I really need some food, so I'm gonna go back to the hotel, pick up the bearded one and go get some food from somewhere. Hi guys, so I'm back at the hotel at the moment. It is 1:20. So the bearded one, I just went into Peterborough and got some nice brunch from Argo Lounge. It's one of the lounges. There's one, well there's a few in Bournemouth area where we live, and the food is really yummy, so just got a bit of food there. Had a nice little wander around the town, did a bit of Christmas shopping, went to the cathedral. It wasn't too busy, so it was alright. Obviously wearing face masks the whole time, and I've just come back to just have a little sit down and chill. So I've got another show at 3:45, but I need to get to the studio like 2 hours before, so I'm gonna leave soon. But I just wanted to sort out my face a little bit. I can obviously do it when I get to the studio as well, but I think a lot of my makeup's come off here just from wearing face mask lots, so I'm just gonna sort that out now and maybe recurl my hair a little bit and yeah, just generally get prepared for this afternoon show. and we got dinner booked tonight, so definitely gonna have a large glass of wine tonight after the show. I also just want to say like a huge thank you to everyone who's been so supportive. I've got quite a few calligraphy friends who have were just like sending me loads of messages and sharing Instagram stories, and it's just been so nice to have that support. Today has been something I've been quite scared to do, and I'm just so grateful that I got support from lots of lovely people. So I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone for all the amazing support. Hi guys, it is the next day, so it's Saturday today. I don't think I spoke to you guys after my last recording yesterday. So I finished up about 4:30 and then I headed back to the hotel and had a bit of a celebratory night basically. So the bearded one and I went out for dinner, and it was just to kind of celebrate yesterday, but also just the end of a crazy busy Christmas season. It's just been so busy and I wanted to have a night off. So I had my second live demonstration happen yesterday and it went really well again, and all the staff there are so lovely, and they gave me lots of compliments, which is really lovely of them, and it was just a really good experience. And I definitely didn't need to be as nervous as I was, but I do tend to get quite nervous about things like that, and actually it wasn't too bad. I loved all the support I was getting from people over on Instagram and texting me as well, so massive thank you to everyone who supported me. I know this job is a bit of an unusual job that I did yesterday, so I thought I'd do a mini Q&A about it. Hi guys, I am just finishing editing this video, and I realised I didn't really explain properly what the actual studio is like, and obviously I couldn't take the camera in with me. So I thought I'd chat a little bit about that now, and I'm also going to share some photos that some of my friends sent of me on the show, just so you've got an idea of what it looked like if you didn't see the show. So as I mentioned, I had to get there 2 hours before the show, and I had a green room to get ready in. So this was just a bog standard room with 2 sofas, and then off that there was a dressing area and another room for like craft prep as well. And then when I got taken into the studio, it's quite a big room. So the studio is basically split into 4 or 5 different areas all around the wall, and because it's a live show and it's constantly live, they basically have one area where they'll be filming a live show, and while they're filming that live show, the other areas will be set up and prepared for the other live shows. So when I went into the studio, I had to be really quiet. Everyone in there was wearing face masks. The only people who didn't have to wear face masks were the demonstrators and the presenters, and that's because we were social distanced the whole time. So the floor manager was the person to come and get me and just help set up. I'd already had a little chat with the director beforehand, and then the producer came in and just spoke through demonstrations and how it was all going to work. So we had to do that all quite quietly because there was another live show going on, and the other live show going on was actually the presenter who was the presenter for my show. So I didn't really get a chance to meet him until literally like 10 seconds before the show started. But he was really lovely and really helpful throughout the whole show, just making me not feel so nervous basically. The cameras, there was only actually 1 man camera, and then all the other cameras are like robotic cameras, and they're just on tripods and they're about this big, so it doesn't feel as daunting as I thought it would. There's obviously like lighting rigs everywhere, but it didn't feel as intense. I thought I'd be like surrounded by lots of like giant cameras and people, but it wasn't like that whatsoever. The presenter had a little earpiece in so he could hear what the producer was saying throughout the show, so there was a bit of guidance of what was working, what wasn't, how the products were selling, but I didn't have that in because they said it would probably be quite distracting for me. But I did have a microphone on, so that just was clipped into my top, and I just had it in my back pocket. And I sat down for the whole show at a desk because it's easier to do calligraphy while you're sat down, which I was also quite grateful for because there was no risk of me falling over or anything like that. Yeah, it was really interesting just to see all of the different sets and how they were all displayed. It's quite a fast-paced environment, so essentially as soon as the show is over, you've just got to get out of there. So I didn't really get to linger around and watch too many of the other shows. And then for the show in the afternoon, it was much in the same way, but the presenter was different and the floor manager was different. But yeah, everyone was really lovely and it was just a really interesting experience. We are going to dive into the Q&As now, so you can find out a little bit more. I actually asked a few questions over on Instagram, so I've got my phone here and I'm just going to go through some of the questions now and I'm going to answer them for you. Okay, I'll just start from the first one. So the first question was, how did you not die of embarrassment on camera? I wouldn't say I was embarrassed, I was more just nervous that I would screw up. And I don't think I did screw up at all, therefore didn't get embarrassed. The cameras, apart from one that was manned by a person, all the other cameras are like robotic cameras and they're on tripods, but they're actually not that big. They're probably about this big. So they don't feel like massive cameras in your face. And I had a little meeting with the director before the first show and he said that if I didn't feel comfortable looking at the camera, then I didn't have to and I could just spend the whole time speaking to the presenter. And I decided to do that. I felt that if I was actually talking directly to the camera, especially as below the camera there were screens to show what the viewer was seeing at that time, I think I would have got really distracted, probably screwed up and got embarrassed. But because I kind of made that conscious decision to only speak to the presenter, it just kind of felt like we were having a conversation, and because he was across from me I didn't really see the cameras much. So I didn't die from embarrassment. I think if I'd done something really stupid then I definitely would have died from embarrassment, but thankfully I didn't fall over, I didn't swear, I don't think I did anything stupid. The next question is, what was your favourite part? Ooh. What was my favourite part? I actually have to say, like, I enjoy the actual process and like doing the studio thing, but actually what I love the most is just the amazing amount of support that I got from doing the TV show. So after the first show came out and I just had like loads of text messages and Instagram story shares, and that just made me feel really great. Like, it made me feel confident that I'd done a good job. So just having that support was so helpful, especially gave me confidence for the second show that I had to do in the day. And of course just being able to play with some of my favourite pens on TV was pretty cool. So the next question is, what was your favourite pen you demonstrated? So I only demonstrated Karin Brush Markers, however I do absolutely love their metallic ones, so they were really fun to use during the demonstration, especially on the black card, which I did in the second demonstration later in the day. Next question. How did you get to be on live TV? That's awesome. Any advice? So how this all happened is I basically got contacted by a brand called Manuscript, and they are now the UK distributors for a few select pen brands. So they make their own pens themselves, but they're now UK distributors, and one of the brands they're UK distributor for is Karin Brush Markers. They contacted me over on Instagram and just asked if I'd be interested in taking on this job, which of course, as well as being terrified, I thought it was a really exciting opportunity and too good to pass up. So after a lot of back and forth about what I'll be doing and everything like that, that's how it came about. From there I got passed on to the create and craft team, who kind of gave me some guidance of how the actual show would work. I truly believe the reason, although they haven't actually told me this, I believe the reason Manuscript chose me to do this show is because a few months ago I did a YouTube video where I tested every single colour of the Karin markers. So I did like a swatch test and like my reaction. So I feel like they probably found me through that video from looking for people who have used Karin brush markers in the past. And then on top of that, I've done quite a lot of other review videos and demonstration videos. So although the brand Manuscript didn't actually directly tell me why they picked me, I think it was the support of all of my YouTube videos. So if doing something like live television demos is something that interests you, then I definitely try and do some work that is linked to it in some way. And YouTube is a great platform to get started because it's obviously completely free. I started with my iPhone, so you don't even need a fancy camera or anything like that. Doing tutorials like that, I think, just got me noticed, because when people type in Google things like Karin brush markers, that video comes up. Next question. How did you keep so calm? If that was me, I would be shaking like crazy. I think I looked quite calm on the outside, but on the inside I was screaming. And I remember in the first show, especially when I was doing my examples of calligraphy drills, my hand was really shaking, like really shaking, and I was just like, oh god, I'm not going to be able to do it. Linking back to not getting embarrassed in front of the camera, I think the thing that helped was me not looking at the camera and just talking to the presenter, and that really helped. But yeah, staying calm, I guess, I think talking to a camera like a lot on YouTube and stuff like that has really helped me be a little bit more natural in front of a camera, I hope. But yeah, I wasn't calm at all. I'd say I was more calm for the second show, but it's just kind of balancing being professional and internally screaming. I think it went well, and I'm glad people thought that I was calm throughout. So the next question is, were you paid? And yes, I was paid. So I worked with Manuscript, and they are the ones who hired me for this job, and I got paid for the actual job, and I also had my hotel covered and my travel expenses as well. Although it is a paid job, I wouldn't take on a paid job for a brand or a company that I didn't truly believe in. So if I'd never used Karin markers before, or I didn't like them, then I wouldn't take on this kind of job whatsoever, because I want to be as transparent with my audience as possible. So if I ever do get paid for jobs, or if I do sponsored posts, it's because I love that brand, and I'm not going to share that brand unless I love it. So if I do have a brand contact me and I've never used their product before, I would always ask to be sent some of their product first, so I can try it out at least before sharing it in any capacity. Although I was paid for the live TV demonstrations, I haven't been paid to do the studio vlog at all. I haven't been paid to share it on Instagram or anything like that. I've just decided to do this on my own back because I thought it was quite an unusual experience and situation to be in, and I wanted to show you as much behind the scenes as possible, although obviously I couldn't really take you into the studio. So yeah, I was paid, and I truly think that if you do have brands contacting you and asking you to create content for them in any capacity at all, then they should be paying you, because at the end of the day, as a small business, I can't pay bills with free product. So if I have a brand who wants me to do a really specific thing with their product, then I do quote them for that job. I have in the past done work with free product, and I think it is a good place to start out at, especially if you've never done any sort of content creation. However, in general, you shouldn't be working for free, and that's exactly what it is you're working. If I do have a brand reach out to me and they just want me to test out their pens and there's no obligation for me to share or do a specific post, then I will accept the free product, and I'll just let them know that if I do happen to share the product at any point, then I will tag them in it, and I will always let people know if that's a gifted product too. But I truly believe that if you are working with brands and they are directing you in a specific way, then you should be paid for that. Just like if someone approached me and asked me to create a print for them, I wouldn't just do that for free. I would charge out for that because it's part of my job. But as I said already, I want to be as transparent as possible, so I wouldn't just accept a brand sponsorship or brand content job from any old like product or brand, because I want to make sure that I love it. So I'm recommending you guys the best product. So I've had, the next question is, would you do it again? Yeah, I think I would. It was a really interesting experience, and now I know what to expect, I definitely wouldn't be as nervous. Everyone there was so lovely. It's definitely something that I'd like to do again in future, but I obviously need to consider things like balancing around my full-time job, which I work Monday to Friday. So I actually took a day off work yesterday to do that job, but that's not necessarily something practical for me to do all the time. However, if there was a one-off gig that came up again, then yeah, I'd give it a go. Next person has said, where did you get your scrunchies from? And this is from my friend Lou, and she knows exactly where I got my scrunchies from because I got them from her. So in both shows I wore a different scrunchie for each one, and they are my friend's brand, Not Another Scrunchie. I wanted to give her a little bit of small business support in the show, so I thought I'd wear one of her scrunchies, which I'm not wearing now, but if you liked my scrunchies, then that's where I got it from. My last question for this mini Q&A is, how did you decide what demos you were doing? So basically I kind of had to think about the unique selling points of the pen, because at the end of the day this live demonstration was happening on a shopping channel, and the main point of this channel is to sell the product. So I had to bear in mind the main selling points, and those selling points are: 1, calligraphy, brush lettering; 2, they blend really nicely; and 3, they're really pigmented and high quality. So I kind of based stuff around that. I didn't want to go all in with calligraphy and lettering projects, because a lot of the viewers may not have had any experience with that kind of thing before. So I didn't want to put them off buying because they felt like it wasn't the right pen for them. So I did a couple of like blended backgrounds and the basics of calligraphy. So I kind of wanted to show a broad spectrum of what the product could do. And basically before the show, I sent over a PDF to the person I was chatting to at Manuscript and the person I was chatting to at Create and Craft TV, and just said, is this the kind of thing that would be helpful at all? And they approved those demonstrations and were happy with them. So there was a little bit of like back and forth to make sure that what I was doing was right. Although I had creative control, I wanted to make sure the client was happy. So that's all of my questions for this mini Q&A. In general, it was a really great experience. I was so nervous. I'm really glad that I went up the night before, obviously because I had to be there at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it was good that the bearded one could come with me, because that definitely settled my nerves. And it was actually quite nice in the middle of the day being able to kind of leave the studio and go off and kind of spend a normal day just like pottering around and then go back again. So yeah, I think I've probably answered everything that people may want to know about this, but if you do have any other questions about this experience, then leave them in the comments below and I'd be more than happy to answer. And I will leave a link to the pens if you wanted to get a hold of those pens. They are juicy and beautiful and I love them. So I think this is going to be my last studio vlog for 2020. I have a few cracker orders that I need to finish off today and tomorrow, and a couple of other orders too, like calendars. And then I am going to set my shop to having a little holiday. So it'll still be open if people want to order anything, but I'm going to extend my processing times to 2 to 3 weeks, as I won't be shipping anything out until January now, because I need a break, and this weekend is the perfect way to just cut everything off and chill. So I'm hoping to get my last orders out on Monday and then change my shipping and processing times. So I did actually say I was going to do this on the 16th of December, but I just need to have a break a little early. So that means that there's not going to be any studio vlogs. I am still going to be doing little bits of work here and there over the next couple of weeks, but it's more going to be doing things like admin, getting my tax return sorted, which is boring. You don't want to see that. And I'm going to be designing a couple of products for next year, which I'll be launching in January. but I'm just going to be taking my time with these and just enjoying the design process, which is something I haven't done for a long time. I am going to be bringing out a couple of videos still for the rest of this year though, so I'm going to do a little 2020 wrap up, how my year has been as a business and what's worked and what hasn't worked, and generally a conclusion for 2020, which has been a weird year. And then also this year I have supported lots of small businesses for my Christmas shopping, so I am going to share a little kind of small business haul. Because they are Christmas presents though, I'm not going to share them until after Christmas, so that will be a video going up between like the 25th and the beginning of January basically, so it will be this year but a little bit later on in the month. That's a wrap for 2020 studio vlogs, and it's a good end to the year. A good end to a crazy, strange, weird year. I hope you have enjoyed watching my studio vlogs this year. That's something that's quite new to my channel, and I've really been enjoying making them and showing behind the scenes of everything that's been going on. And what I'm actually loving is the idea of it being like a little diary, so maybe in like a year or so's time I can watch this and see how much I've grown as a business. I will see you guys very soon for another video, and I hope you have a lovely time in December and you are able to chill out, spend lots of time with your family, especially if you're a small business. Give yourself a break and treat yourself because you deserve it. I'll catch you guys soon. Bye!